Alright guys, in Unit 6 Part 2, we are now going to look at solving one-step equations using multiplication and division. Part 1, you might remember we did addition and subtraction, which are inverse operations. Multiplication and division are also inverse operations. So the first thing we're going to talk about is solving an equation using division. So again, just like on the last note, there's this section that I copied and pasted for you out of your book. So again, in words, it says dividing each side of an equation by the same non-zero number produces an equivalent equation. So this is the thing we've been talking about the past couple of days, that if you do something to both sides, if you do the same thing to both sides of an equation, you'll wind up with an equivalent equation. So directions, same as they were on the part 1, solve the equation, check your solution. Remember, I'm going to need you to box it and rewrite it before you do anything else. So you have negative 6y equals negative 84. On the left side where it says negative 6y, when I have the number right next to the variable, that means I'm doing multiplication. So the inverse operation of that is going to be division. So to solve for y, I'm going to divide both sides by negative 6. The reason why I do that is because negative 6 divided by negative 6 is 1, so I'm just left with y. Then on the right side, negative 84 divided by negative 6 is going to give me positive 14. So that's going to be my solution. Now, of course, I need to check that, so I have negative 6. I'll plug in 14 for y equals negative 84. Remember, when I just have the numbers next to each other like this, that means I'm multiplying. Negative 6 times 14 is indeed negative 84, so I know I've done it correctly. Number 2 and 3 I'll leave for you. I'm going to come down here and do number 4. Again, to start with, I'm going to box and rewrite. So I have negative 99 equals 11f. I'm trying to get the f by itself, which means I'm going to divide both sides by 11. Negative 99 divided by 11 is negative 9. 11 divided by 11 is 1, so I'm stuck with f there. So my solution is that negative 9 equals f. I want to plug in negative 9 to check this, so I'll have 11 times negative 9. If I work that out, I'll get negative 99 equals negative 99, which is true, so I know my solution is right. Looking down at the bottom of this page, we're going to do the same thing one more time, except now we're going to solve using multiplication, which can be a little bit trickier. Again, this is copy and pasted out of your book. It basically says if I'm going to multiply both sides by the same thing, I'll wind up with an equivalent equation. So directions, again, the same. Solve the equation, check your solution. So I'm going to start by boxing and rewriting. So I'll have negative 15 equals w over negative 12. Now, if you look at the right side, I have a fraction. Remember, fraction means division. So to undo that operation, I need to multiply. For what we're doing right now, for how advanced we are right now, all we're going to do is we need to know to multiply by the denominator. So I'm going to multiply both sides. Sorry about that. I'm going to multiply both sides by negative 12. So on the left side, negative 12 times negative 15 is going to be positive 180. On the right side, these two negative 12s cancel each other out, so I'm just left with w. Now I can plug in a check, so I'll have negative 15 equals 180 goes in for w, divided by negative 12. If I do 180 divided by negative 12, I get negative 15, so I know I'm correct there. Looking over at number 2, again, I'm going to start by boxing and rewriting. So z over negative 18 equals 3. I'm dividing on the left side, so to solve, I need to multiply by the denominator. So on the left side, I'll just wind up with z. On the right side, I'll wind up with negative 54. And if you want, you can plug that in and see if it works. On the back side of this page, 3 and 4 I'm going to leave for you. And then if you scroll down a little further, we're going to write and solve equations again. So let's write an equation to model the situation, then solve the equation. So number 1 says 64 people show up for a volleyball tournament. Write and solve an equation to find how many 4-person teams can be formed. So I know that each team is going to have 4 people. Okay? I don't know how many people are on each team, so I'm just going to P there. And that's going to give me the total amount of people, which is 64. So I can rewrite this as 4P equals 64. And then since on the left side of multiplication, to solve, I'm going to divide. So I'm going to divide both sides by 4. And when I do that, I'm going to get P equals 16. And now I have a unit for this, so I know it's going to be 16 teams. 16 4-person teams. Alright, number 2, I'll let you try on your own, and then the bottom part is all review, which should not take very long at all. That's it. Unit 6, part 2.